Thank you very much, and good afternoon, everyone. Sorry for being late. Actually, it kind of makes my task a little easier. This is to my mind, honestly, this is really the challenge that everyone is grappling with. We have a technology which is extremely powerful, which can do things which other modes of technologies were not able to do in the past. And we are all in the process of learning as to how best this technology can be used to subserve human needs, mankind. And I'm sure there are different opinions which exist today. There are views how this can be best achieved, the common objective of development, the common objective of human welfare, human growth. Now, the fact of the matter is, because this whole thing is happening in real-time basis, we really don't have very good answers to most of these questions. And in my personal opinion, if you don't have very good answers, as long as you're making an attempt in that direction, that's a positive sign. We need to be continuously moving in the right direction, keeping whatever we do is not going to compromise the larger objective, that is, are we moving towards that direction? If you look at internet, then the question we really need to see is to what extent are we allowing the technology to actually subserve this larger purpose of human mankind's growth and development. I don't think in all aspects we have been able to do that very well. After 20-25 years of its internet, we still have huge accessibility problems. We have huge problems and these problems arise for various reasons. We need to address those problems. We have new problems coming up, which everyone spoke of, borderless society. And this borderless society and the kind of growth which internet has created has led to problems which need to be addressed even when several large fractions of the population are not untouched. So although we are not able to address the goals of touching large segments of population, but whatever segments of population we are touching, we are seeing new problems cropping up for which known models of solutions don't work. And we have to find solutions to those models as well. So really speaking, everyone has spoken of various different ways by which these problems could be addressed. Some have spoken about the problem, some have spoken about the possible solutions that those problems could have. I think personally, these solutions will emerge over a period of time. Consensus will build. As a society, collectively, we will come to common understanding which, okay, this is acceptable. This is acceptable in this new paradigm. And that's actually towards which we are all striving for. In the last, I had the privilege to go to the last IDA to Govt recently. And Honorable Minister for Communication IT made a couple of very interesting observations and comments which I think are relevant in this context, in the new paradigm that we should see. These are new thoughts, and I think there is need for further discussion on these thoughts, how this could be. One of them is, he spoke about near-time jurisprudence. Given the fact that this technology has huge potential to reach large number of people, what is the traditional models of jurisprudence don't seem to be possibly adequately catering to the needs of this system. What should be the new this jurisprudence needs to be discussed, debated, and solved so that it addresses a problem. And I think we should all kind of look at possible ways by which we could address it. Another interesting thought which he mentioned was that about how should internet be converted to Equinet. I mean, the issue of how many do all participants of the world get an opportunity to take advantage of this technology as we would have desired to, or as the Millennium Development Goals had envisaged. Has it happened to the real extent even today? I mean, these are thoughts on which these are very important issues on which we still need to kind of deliberate and possibly keep striving for new models that would actually address this problem. And I would think that we need to possibly collectively deliberate and come out with models. And slowly the solutions, I don't have an answer or solution to any of this, which I think is the answer. Everyone has an opinion, everyone has a suggestion, I may have my own, government may have its own, and all of us may have their own. Let's all collectively keep discussing, and I'm sure over a period of time we will have a solution which will be this technology is here to stay. It's not going to go away because of any of this. And we will eventually be able to come out with a solution which should be acceptable and a working model for this technology.
Thanks. I think those are very wise comments. I just think what some of the other panelists have pointed to, and I think this is in my experience as well, that these conversations that are trying to come up with answers are not always accessible. And I agree. I think Mishi's point about what does MS, multi-stakeholder, doesn't really mean. And I think for civil society it is concerning when not that governments don't need and that it's not legitimate for governments to have spaces where they talk to one another as governments, but when it appears to us that those spaces are not sufficiently transparent and that decisions might emerge out of them that could transform the internet. But yes, I think that's the point about is there the answer or not is I would agree with you.
I just want to say, I think that's a great point. The point is, so there is again, you will find at times at which you would find there is significant amount of attention to individuals' opinion and say on a matter. There are other times at which there is not enough. I think the point is whenever there is not enough, there is need to make that done. And in principle, I don't think there is no disagreement on the fact that there is need for these opinions to be taken on board. All opinions to be taken on board and views to be taken on board. Wherever it's not happening, there is need to create that mechanism, create that where such, I'm not using the word multi-stakeholder less Mishi will feel, but I know, I personally have come across this word for the first time in the last 6 months only, and Parminder knows this even if others don't. But whatever it means, to me, what it means is that everyone is represented. That's how I understand this word. Maybe if it's a different legal or technical terminology, it doesn't matter. But as long as we're getting everyone's voice heard and factored in while taking the final analysis, I think that's what it means. Now there are occasions and opportunities, there are occasions and issues on which possibly this is not happening. Where it's not happening, it needs to be done. Where it's increasingly, this is one of the powers of the technology, and it's not possible for us to ignore this power, and then we are defeating the very purpose of this technology which it offers. So definitely, I think there is need for voices to be heard. Definitely these voices, wherever these voices are not getting heard, we need to make sure, or we must strive to get those voices heard. Then of course take a view which will emerge. Like I said, not that every voice will get eventually satisfied. That's another, once you have different voices, you're going to come out with a solution which will be somewhere which is generally shared and overall seems to be the best possible solution.
Thanks, Mr. Kumar. Questions? Just is there a roving mic? Otherwise, just come.